Part of effective management of tantrums will rely on the practice of skills beforehand when the child is in a calm state. Practicing things like breathing exercises before bed can be helpful because it helps the child to associate breathing exercises with a time that they are calm. Practicing is very important for these skills because practicing allows a child to successfully use the skills in the moment. Practicing the skills with your child is also helpful because, again, you're modeling the behavior that you expect to see in them, and it shows the child that you are invested right along with them. Relaxation techniques might vary by developmental level. For some younger children, like I said, you might use things like breathing exercises. Older children like things like music, relaxing music that can help bring down the physiologic stress that they're experiencing. And other children find things that they also find relaxing. The important thing really is to practice them ahead of time so you're able to pull them out when a situation gets stressful. Mindfulness activities are another thing that a child can practice and use in the moment. This really involves focusing on things that are around them, focusing on the here and now, what they're feeling, what they're seeing, what they can touch and taste, and bring them back into a grounded state when things become overwhelming. While a proactive approach, like practicing coping skills ahead of time, is always going to be the preferred method to help with tantrums, we know that there are times when tantrums are going to happen despite the best intentions of both the child and the caregiver. When this happens, we advise caregivers to let their child know that they're there, but not intervene until they are calmed down. There are times when a caregiver might need to intervene. This would be if something is happening and the child is doing something that is unsafe and it's threatening the safety of those around them. You might need to separate the child in those types of moments. But we really recommend not intervening and not trying to discuss anything with the child until the situation has been brought down to a more manageable level. Afterwards, you can talk through the situation with your child using some of the language that you have learned and developed throughout the course of talking about and naming feelings. There are times that anxiety might be playing a role in a child's inability to maintain behavioral and emotional regulation. This can bring a whole new set of considerations when we're looking at a tantrum because the anxiety of a certain situation might be leading to a child using the tantrum as a way to avoid a particularly anxiety provoking situation. We can think about this when we think about things like school avoidance, where a child might throw a tantrum to get out of something that's particularly distressful. It's important to remember this because we don't want to let this type of avoidance turn into a vicious circle. So, really trying to intervene and help with that behavioral regulation in these types of situations is important to helping the situation not get out of control, where the child is always having a tantrum in order to avoid whatever is provoking their anxiety in that setting and leading to the behavioral outburst. This is a situation where rehearsal, planning ahead of time what you're going to do in the stressful setting, is important because it can help the child navigate through that process and manage their feelings in the moment and successfully stay in the situation that is stressful for them.